Hey, I just wanted to show you guys my morning routine before working a 12-hour shift as a labor and delivery nurse. Primarily the makeup that I use is SEINT Beauty, but I do mix other products that I love with my SEINT makeup, and this right here is a Revlon semi-permanent brow pen that I absolutely adore. I went a little crazy with tweezing my eyebrows, so that brow pen I use to fill in, and you'll see as I take a little bit of this is a Moonlit, that is the color concealer that I'm using, and that is just a straight up paintbrush that I have, and I'm using it just to conceal some areas around those eyebrows. And I put them on my lids, and now I'm dusting on what's called Vanilla Dust Setting Powder. It actually fits in this compact here to set my eyelids so that I can do my eye makeup. Whenever you're doing eye makeup, it's important to start with a transition shade because it really allows you to blend that transition shade. What I'm using right now is a very light shimmer shade, Sabrina, I believe. And I took that right in my crease. And you just want it to be similar to your skin tone. Now I am taking a color called Bright Eyes, and I'm going right on my lid. I had a little bit of concealer left on that brush from priming my lids, and so I just dipped it a little bit in that color, and I'm going right on my lid. I'm heading into kind of, it's March, so I want to do a little bit of a St. Patrick's themed eyeshadow, and now I'm taking a little bit more of that bright, light gold shimmer color on my inner corner. And then I'm taking a color, this is a green shimmer. I will list all these colors below because I am terrible at remembering the names because I have all of them. The key with eyeshadow though, you see when you blend, you want to hold your brush way at the end so that the blend is more fluid and you get every bit of color kind of all over your lid so that you don't have any streaks or lines. Now I'm taking a color called Saint Tropez, however you want to say it, and I'm using that to color correct deep, dark spots on my face from acne scarring. I had used a retinoid gel that pretty much tore up my face, even though it did help with wrinkles and some of the color correction or colors. It ended up giving me a good amount of scarring. So this orange base underneath my highlight, which this color here is June, and I'm going over that Saint Tropez, and this color here is my all over highlight. And I know this probably seems a little complicated because you're seeing all these dots, but it's literally like putting cream foundation just in the spots that I need it. Now I'm taking a brightening color again. This is Moonlit. I'm going on the inner corners of my eyes and then right at the outer corners of my eyes in these little kind of upward diagonal pattern, and then this little water spout between my nose. Now I'm taking Indigo Contour and just going right below my cheekbones. A little trick when you're putting on contour is just to kind of look at your natural shadows and just fill those in. You don't have to overcomplicate it, and actually less is more with contour. I just went under my cheekbones, not all the way back to my hairline. Now I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer. That was Tan Lines bronzer, and now I'm taking lip and cheek color Rosewood. This one is absolutely gorgeous. And now when you blend, I typically start with the lighter colors and then blend into the darker colors next. And I finish with my lip and cheek color because if you start with your lip and cheek color to blend, all that's going to do is drag that product all over your face. So when you're blending, you're going to tap itty bitty swirls, and you're pretty much stippling. I just learned that word when I started using this makeup. So the stipple is kind of just tap, swirl, tap, swirl, tap, swirl. And with your contour, you want to make sure you blend up. And you see how I'm ending with the contour here on the side, over here, and then over here. And then I blend that lip and cheek in. Don't swirl too much because you're going to take out all that color and all that work that you just did. But as you can see, my 3-year-old is on my lap because I'm getting ready for work in the morning. And she is a stage 5 clinger. Now I'm taking the brush that I'm using here. Like I said, I'll list these products below, is the 3D brush. It's a really good beginner brush. And when you use the pointier end to kind of smooth and do a little bit more blending like I'm doing right now, it allows you to kind of get rid of any harsh lines or anything like that. Now I'm adding a little bit more shimmer on my lid. Like I said, I think this is either Gold Digger or Bright Eyes. I will list all the colors that I used below. and then different eyeshadow combinations. If you need help picking them out, just let me know. Now I'm going in with that green shimmer again, just right at kind of like the outer edge of my lash line. And as you can see, I obviously put the rest of my makeup on and finished with that so that I can just clean everything up at the end. Make sure you blend that color in to the top outer corner of your lid color and just keep brushing it on. I will do some more tutorials where I talk you through makeup looks while I'm doing it, but this was an early morning getting ready for work and my husband was still asleep, so I'm over at my vanity and just kind of working with this cute little 3-year-old next to me while she does her makeup as well. Now I'm taking a smudge brush and I'm just adding a little bit more concealer, and I used that first to add the concealer, and now I'm using that flat end of the 3D brush, mostly because I think I'm using my left hand in this video and I'm right-handed, and so I'm just kind of muddling through. The beauty of this cream-based foundation is it's very forgiving, it's super easy to use, and I can help you with all of the things and with applying. Now I'm taking the smudge brush again, and you can see I tapped just a little bit into some setting powder. The trick is to use just a tiny bit of that setting powder and dust it. You don't want to coat it on or bake, especially if you're above the age of 35, because all that's going to do is settle into your fine lines. And you can see I noticed there that my contour wasn't quite blended out, so I went in a little bit with that fluffy end of the 3D brush to blend out. Still using my left hand to add a little bit more setting powder. And again, with the setting powder, you're just going to kind of tap and swirl. Now I went in with setting spray. I'm covering the baby's face because I do not want to get her. And then I'm noticing that I really want to add some depth to this eyeshadow look. And you can see, like, I still need to blend a little bit. I can see when I'm leaning over. So I'm using this deeper brown shade to go into my outer corner, tapping that in. It gives it a little just more of a cleaner look with the eyeshadow. And then again, a really loose hand with blending and the fluffy end of an eyeshadow brush. And it's amazing. Oh, look, she has my setting spray. Half the time, I'm sure she pretty much, like, I don't know. She should probably get tested for the things that she puts in her mouth, but everything's okay, I promise. Adding a little bit more shimmer just kind of in there to blend. Because I have all these eyeshadows, I experiment often and watch a lot of YouTubes and try to adopt habits that can help normal moms like me do their makeup. Now, this is an e.l.f. just eyebrow and eyelash gel just to add, because apparently these fluffy brows are in. I still need work, but it's helping. Now I'm adding a little bit of the clear mascara on my lid just to kind of prime before I go in with my Thrive mascara, which, you guys, if you have not tried Thrive mascara, holy balls, it's freaking amazing. It makes your eyelashes lengthen. It just really works. I promise. You need to try it. It's wonderful. And look, I have some goobers on there. What is going on? Like I said, I will do some more videos where I'm actually talking while I do it so that I can remember these steps accurately and kind of talk you guys through it a little bit more. And here I show the palette. Everything is in there. And then one last thing, I think I found this eyelash curler actually at the dollar store. It's like pocket size. Like, literally, think about like eyelash curler on the go. It took me a little while to kind of understand how to use it. But one tip that I learned from watching some videos is curl your lashes when they're still a little wet, and that way it'll set it. And that's about it. I think the last thing I'm doing is taking a little bit of NYX glitter primer, and then I add some glitter because, you know, I get to the point where it's just, I want to be a little extra. But when you're using glitter, make sure you use a primer. And this, again, I'm just using this little flat paintbrush. Make sure you're using the side of the brush, patting the glitter in, and that's it. And here I am at work.